Good morning, Brittany.
Good morning.
And good morning to you. Good morning, everyone. So get ready for some small changes. We'll see more cloud cover, slightly cooler highs in the 70s, and a small chance for an isolated shower this morning. Similar temperatures in the 50s and the 60s. We're starting out at 67 in Central Park, 54 in Montgomery and Belmar. Good morning, 66 for you. Currently, skies are partly to mostly cloudy. I am watching some moisture trying to get close to southern Ocean County. This is all near the same area of low pressure we were talking about yesterday. It is getting closer and closer, slowly moving to the northeast, and that is what's going to send us more rainfall and cloud cover. Also, with that low offshore, it's going to be breezy, especially near the coast. Current winds are out of the east-northeast, ranging from 2 to 18 miles per hour. Notice the strongest winds are near the Jersey Shore, near Belmar, up to 18 miles per hour. So we'll keep a breeze out of the northeast, ranging from 10 to 20 miles per hour. Temperatures reach the mid-70s, topping out near 76, and we're in for a mixture of sunshine and clouds. There's a small chance for an isolated shower, especially south of the city, but most of the day is dry. That all changes tomorrow. More about our rain chances on Wednesday coming up. Heather?
And Brittany, that would have been not good.
Not good.
But we would have been all over it.
That's true. We were ready.
4:40 right now. You're number one, 7 minutes away from weather and traffic. What are we getting ready for this morning?
Some small changes. So similar temperatures as the kids head to school this morning in the 50s and the 60s, but by pickup, a little cooler with highs near 76 and breezy, and that can make it feel more so like the lower 70s. Temperatures reach the low to mid 70s all around the tri-state, 73 in White Plains and 74 in Islip. Moorestown 76, Patterson 76 as well, Hoboken 74, and Mount Olive up to 74. At the beaches, east winds ranging from 15 to 20 miles per hour. We'll see the strongest gusts along the coast, all because of that offshore low. Waves approaching 4 to 6 feet, water temperatures around 70, and there's a high rip current risk all along the coastline. Moderate air quality, low to medium pollen levels, and UV index of 5. Tomorrow, that's the wettest day of the week. We'll have to dodge scattered showers, cooler high temperatures near 70 degrees. Some spots could struggle to get out of the 60s, but Thursday drying out, 78. The 80s return on Friday. Heather?
And Brittany, we're checking. Switch the social media app to U.S.-controlled ownership. TikTok's parent company, ByteDance, still faces a deadline of tomorrow to divest its U.S. assets or be shut down, which will now likely need to be pushed back to get the deal signed.
All right, let's take a look at our weather with meteorologist Brittany Bell. How's it looking today?
Some small changes. So we had a really nice day yesterday. Today we'll have more cloud cover. Still not bad, but cooler temperatures, and it turns breezy, especially near the coast, with a small chance for an isolated shower. It's 67 in Central Park. Winds are out of the east near 5 miles per hour. Numbers in the 50s and the 60s all across the map. 56 in Poughkeepsie, 62 in Toms River, and 64 in Bridgeport. So notice winds are strongest near the shoreline. Belmar 15 miles per hour, but farther inland down to 2. And that will be the case lasting throughout this afternoon, all due to an area of low pressure passing just offshore. So we'll see sustained winds ranging from 10 to 20 out of the northeast, potentially gusting up to 25 miles per hour. On satellite and radar, skies are partly to mostly cloudy, and some rainfall is getting closer and closer to South Ocean County. You do have a chance for an isolated shower, especially this morning, but any rain that does manage to move through should be light. We'll keep that chance for a spotty shower, especially south of the city, all due to this area of low pressure that is slowly moving to the north, now bringing more rainfall across Virginia and Delaware. So with that low moving to the northeast, here's how the timing plays out. A stray shower is possible this morning through midday south of the city, and we're in for just periods of sunshine and clouds, so we'll see a mixture of both. No major changes this afternoon and this evening, but late tonight through early tomorrow morning, scattered showers turn more so widespread. So it's going to be pretty wet by this time tomorrow for your Wednesday morning commute, and we'll keep scattered off and on showers lasting through Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday evening. Early Thursday morning, an isolated area of rain could linger very early, but the rest of Thursday we do dry out with some clear skies and temperatures returning back into the upper 70s. Rainfall total should be on the lighter end, ranging from 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 an inch, with the heaviest rain south of the city. The bigger picture showing this low pressure finally picking up some speed on Thursday. That's why Thursday we do clear by Thursday afternoon, and Friday a bonus beach day because temperatures will surge into the 80s ahead of this cold front. Behind this front, temperatures cool down into the 70s this weekend. The fall-like feel returns, and fall officially starts on Monday of next week. And the tropics now watching two spots. One tropical wave in the central Atlantic that has a 90% chance of development. Also another that's moving off the coast of Africa that has a lower chance of developing into a tropical system. Today, 76, periods of clouds and sun, breezier and cloudier south with a spot shower, northeast winds 10 to 20. And tonight, 63, partly to mostly cloudy, breezy with a shower late. Tomorrow, scattered off and on showers. You'll need the umbrella tomorrow. Also a jacket because temperatures will struggle to reach 70 degrees. For the rest of the 7-day forecast, looking ahead to Friday, a summer-like feel, 84, and then we drop to the lower 70s Saturday and Sunday. The fall equinox is on Monday. It starts at 2:19.
On this Tuesday, September 16th.
September 16th. I know one thing Heather is watching is there's a crash where candy's involved.
Candy is involved.
So,
yeah.
I mean, do we know what kind of candy?
We do know what kind of candy.
Oh, okay.
You want to take a guess?
Well, if it's black licorice or the banana Laffy Taffies, those can go.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, ew.
Right, yeah.
We're fine if that's spilled. Anything else we want to save.
It's the little round ones with the M on it.
M&M? Whoa, that's breaking news.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Whoa.
So
That's a
if you're in the
favorite.
mood for an M&M
That's a
or
favorite.
7,000, I know where you can
7,000.
find them.
Wow.
Can help the cleanup.
It's not really 7,000, but
I
I'm
know.
sure
Probably
it's up
more,
there.
to be honest with you. Yeah. A lot.
Interesting.
Well, if it gets too hot out there, then you're going to have just
melting.
chocolate melted everywhere.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be
Gotta
fun.
get it
We don't want
Yeah,
that.
not as sweet when it comes to the weather. Just some small changes. We'll notice more cloud cover, slightly cooler temperatures, and a breeze. And also looking at the 50s outside of the city. Danbury, good morning, 58 for you, and 56 in East Hampton. Skies are partly to mostly cloudy, and I am watching light rainfall getting closer and closer to southern Ocean County. You have the best chance of seeing a stray shower this morning. That's because you're closer to this area of low pressure that continues to slowly move farther to the north and to the east, and that's bringing us more clouds and a chance for rainfall. Also with that low, cranking up winds near the shoreline. Winds are close to 20 miles per hour in Belmar compared to 2 farther inland in spots like Poughkeepsie and Sussex. So we'll keep a breeze, especially along the coast, with temperatures topping out in the low to mid 70s. I'll give you a closer look at the hour-by-hour timing coming up. Heather?
All right, Brittany.
You're never more than 7 minutes away from weather and traffic together. So similar temperatures this morning at the bus stop, but it will be cooler around pickup and after school. So stepping outside to the 50s and the 60s, 73 by lunchtime, also breezy, and by after school hours near 76. So not seeing the 80s like we saw yesterday. Highs reach the low to mid 70s all around the area, 76 in Morristown and 72 in Montauk. We'll see a mixture of sunshine and clouds bringing us up to 75 in Rocky Hill, 73 in Ramapo, and 76 degrees in Danbury. At the beaches, east winds ranging from 15 to 20 miles per hour. Waves approaching 4 to 6 feet. Also a high rip current risk. But pleasant weather for baseball for the Mets game by first pitch near 70 for the late innings, close to 67. Tomorrow, the wettest day of the week, we'll have to dodge scattered showers. Temperatures struggling to reach 70 degrees, but we do dry out and clear on Thursday with highs in the upper 70s. Heather? 73 by lunchtime, also breezy, and by after school hours near 76. So not seeing the 80s like we saw yesterday. Highs reach the low to mid 70s all around the area, 76 in Morristown and 72 in Montauk. We'll see a mixture of sunshine and clouds bringing us up to 75 in Rocky Hill, 73 in Ramapo, and 76 degrees in Danbury. At the beaches, east winds ranging from 15 to 20 miles per hour. Waves approaching 4 to 6 feet. Also a high rip current risk. But pleasant weather for baseball for the Mets game by first pitch near 70 for the late innings, close to 67. Tomorrow, the wettest day of the week, we'll have to dodge scattered showers. Temperatures struggling to reach 70 degrees, but we do dry out and clear on Thursday with highs in the upper 70s. Heather?
And Brittany, we got.
And I'm Pedro Rivera. Heather Rourke is keeping an eye on the candy cleanup.
The
on
candy
I-80.
cleanup.
Our top headline. We got to look out for that in just a second. But we do want to begin with Brittany Bell and our forecast. Good morning.
We should be starting with Heather, not me. That's the breaking news of the morning. But get ready for some small changes. Temperatures are currently in the 50s and the 60s. We'll see more cloud cover, a breeze, and cooler highs in the 70s at 67 in Central Park. Sussex 55, Brookhaven 59, in Bridgeport, 63. It's partly to mostly cloudy and light rainfall that's moving across southern Ocean County near Mystic Island, Beach Haven, and getting closer to Stafford. Spots across Monmouth and Ocean County, you'll have the best chance of seeing an isolated shower this morning. That's because you're closer to a slow-moving area of low pressure that's sending heavier rainfall just south of us. That low pressure system also cranking up wind speeds, especially near the coast. Notice Belmar, you're up to 16 miles per hour compared to just 2 for interior sections like Sussex and Poughkeepsie. So breezy, especially for coastal areas. Temperatures only topping out near 76. And we're in for periods of sunshine and clouds. There is a chance for an isolated shower, especially for spots south of New York City. I'll show you the timing hour by hour. But rain chances go up tomorrow. More details.
Days leading up to Christmas.
And get ready for a wet morning commute tomorrow due to scattered showers across the area. But this morning we're dry. Similar temperatures in the 50s and the 60s at the bus stop by lunchtime, 73, and after school near 76. So not as warm as yesterday. Also breezy. Northeast winds ranging from 10 to 20 miles per hour. Highs reach the low to mid 70s all across the area, and a small chance for an isolated shower, especially south of the city. Islip 74, Brookhaven 73, Coram 74, and 71 in Southampton. At the beaches, breezy east winds approaching 15 to 20 miles per hour. Waves up to 4 to 6 feet. Water temperatures near 70 and a high rip current risk. Moderate air quality, low to medium pollen levels, and UV index of 5. A wet day tomorrow. Wednesday is the wettest day of the week with off and on rainfall. Temperatures struggling to reach 70 degrees, but we do slowly dry out on Thursday with highs in the upper 70s. Heather?
And Brittany, we still
Really getting underway tomorrow. There will be a banquet dinner, brass bands, and a military flyover. The two-day visit is meant to bolster diplomatic ties between the Trump administration and the UK.
This is truly an incredible reunion. 2 years in the making for an owner and his beloved cat. Spencer went missing back in June of 2023. His family in Tennessee spent months searching for him, even hiring search dogs. Well, fast forward 2 years later, and a shelter in the area said that they took in Spencer last week. Spencer was microchipped, so that helped, of course. Workers were able to find his owner's information. The shelter says this shows the importance of making sure your pets are microchipped and their info is up to date. Just one added example to that.
I'm curious about Spencer's journey.
If this kitten could talk.
Yeah.
If this
Yes.
Like the journey.
I'm so with you. What were you doing for 2 years?
Yeah, but the microchip, very important too.
Are your dogs microchipped?
Yes, and it helped. Stormy ran away once, and that's how we got her back the next day because she had a microchip.
Oh, was Stormy just mad at you?
No,
Was it Stormy?
it was me. I was being stupid. I took her to a fireworks show. She was the first dog I ever had. I didn't know. Yeah, but now I know.
Yeah.
Not a good idea.
You know, and see that knowing look from Heather.
do our dog
She's
too.
got
One.
pets too.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Are we?
Yeah, no, I was just thinking, you both match military. Did you guys text each other? Because I didn't get the text message.
Yeah, I didn't either, Pedro.
You didn't get it either, right, Heather? I don't know, I feel a little left
Just
out.
great
these two
minds
over
think
here.
alike.
I was going to ask her if she's taking her dog out for a walk today with this weather, but you just want to.
I'm just jealous.
Don't tell him about what we're planning tomorrow.
I know,
Pedro.
We
got
just didn't want
something
you to
cool
upstage us.
Oh, now you guys are banding against us. Okay. Do you see that? Haters.
But nice weather to walk the dog this morning.
Okay.
Temperatures in the 50s and the 60s. Skies are mostly cloudy. And in the city, it's 67. Light winds near 5 miles per hour. It's 61 in White Plains, Newark 66, and 63 in Bridgeport. There's an area of low pressure passing us offshore, slowly getting closer and closer. That will crank up wind speeds, especially near the coast. Notice Belmar, you're up to 19 miles per hour compared to 2 in Poughkeepsie and the same in Morristown. So we'll see the strongest winds for coastal areas. Sustained northeast flow ranging from 10 to 20, gusting as high as 25 miles per hour. It's partly to mostly cloudy, more cloud cover compared to yesterday, but we'll still see some breaks of sunshine. Also starting out this morning with light rainfall near Mystic Island, Tuckerton and also Stafford. Spots across Ocean County, you could see an isolated shower starting as early as this morning. That's because you're closer to the slow-moving area of low pressure, already bringing more rain across Virginia and farther north across Maryland and Delaware. So when it comes to timing, a stray shower this morning south of the city, but for the rest of us, mainly dry, a mixture of clouds and sunshine, and cooler highs near 76 degrees in the city, the low to mid 70s all across the tri-state. Late tonight, more rain starts to form and scattered rainfall turns more so widespread tomorrow morning. So get ready for a wet Wednesday morning commute. You might need a little extra time. There's a chance for even a few pockets of heavier rainfall that could lead to ponding, and scattered showers stick around Wednesday evening, so it could be wet for your evening commute. Rain lingers Wednesday night and Thursday morning. We could start out with an isolated shower, but the rest of Thursday, that's when things start to dry out and temperatures warm back up into the upper 70s. Rainfall totals could range between 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch, and maybe some isolated heavier amounts are possible, especially south of the city. The bigger picture is showing the slow-moving low-pressure system finally picking up some speed on Thursday, moving away from us, and that will allow things to dry out. Check out Friday. Temperatures will surge ahead of a cold front, giving us a bonus beach day with highs in the 80s, feeling more like summer, but fall-like weather returns quickly throughout the weekend. Highs drop down in the 70s. In the tropics, watching two spots. The same tropical wave in the Atlantic. This could turn into a tropical depression later this week. Also another tropical wave that will move off the coast of Africa that has a lower chance of development. Today, 76, periods of clouds and sunshine, breezy, especially near the coast, and more
in Bay Ridge. Good morning on this Tuesday, September 16th.
Well, we got a lot to talk about, don't we? Let's get you at the door first. You're never more than 7 minutes away from weather and traffic. We got some changes.
Yeah. Right? Some small changes after a really nice day yesterday. Overall, not bad today, just cooler, breezy, and a small chance for an isolated shower. But this time tomorrow, it's going to be quite wet all across the tri-state. Right now, temperatures in the 50s and the 60s. Poughkeepsie, 56, 63 in Bridgeport, and 62 in Toms River. It's partly to mostly cloudy, all thanks to an area of low pressure offshore that's already pushing in light rainfall near Beach Haven all the way towards Stafford. So spots across Ocean County, you could see an isolated shower, especially this morning. This area of low pressure bringing heavier rainfall just south of us, but that will bring us more cloud cover and scattered showers, especially tomorrow. That same low also cranking up wind speeds, especially near the coast. Notice Belmar, you're up to 20 miles per hour compared to 2 in Sussex and 2 as well in Poughkeepsie. So the strongest winds along coastal areas, temperatures topping out near 76, and we'll see a mixture of sunshine and clouds. Also keeping a chance for an isolated shower.
Goes on every morning between Liberty Avenue and Atlantic Avenue. That's causing a decent backup right now, particularly because there was that accident earlier. So if you are heading to JFK, that is something to keep in mind. It looks okay right now, but remember, because of the UNGA, there could be foreign dignitaries traveling in and out of JFK International Airport, so just give yourself extra time. Meantime, though, for the Ryder Cup, the LIRR is adding extra trains at Farmingdale on the Ronkonkoma branch line. So that is some good news starting today. But because of the gridlock alert day, we are recommending taking mass transit across the city, particularly in and around Midtown and the UN, but you can expect detours on certain bus lines because of the closures around the UN. Alternate side parking rules are suspended. Meter rules, though, still in effect. Charlene, Pedro?
Lindsay and Brittany, thank you. 5:09 right now. Still to come. Spirit Airlines continuing to cut costs after filing for bankruptcy. The airline announcing it's furloughing
Friday, which is always fun. I always really enjoyed the European chants. They're very creative and fun. Ours are a little bit more USA oriented, but I really enjoy the atmosphere that happens at Ryder Cups and can't wait to see the one here in New York.
Nice. The Ryder Cup officially begins on Friday.
A senior moment of sorts in the Bronx. River Spring Living in Riverdale took home the honor of hosting people who are over the age of 21. It was done to mark National Centenarian Day. Several residents gave advice on how to live a long life.
Exercise. Be active with your brain. Don't smoke.
Good attitude, a positive attitude, a love of life, and a love of people.
The celebration included cupcakes, but no candles. Imagine how many candles they would need.
The 100, the number.
The 100.
Yeah.
Like that. But congratulations.
Cheers. Cheers to all of them.
Exercise.
Yep.
Good attitude.
Good attitude. All the things.
Yeah.
Keep your brain moving.
We need to work on the brain part.
Yeah, the brain is
with these hours.
Especially at this hour. But Brittany, you're going to live a long, long life. You're always so positive coming in.
Yes, you are, my friend.
Yes, so very positive.
Even on bad weather days,
That's
she's
true.
so positive.
You
always find the silver lining. You do.
So if you like summer, it's going to feel more summer-like today with temperatures in the upper 70s and the lower 80s, so highs above normal for this time of the year, but also get ready for higher humidity. Skies are mostly cloudy in the city, 67, northeast winds near 7 miles per hour. Current numbers in the 50s and the 60s, East Hampton 62, Somerville 58, and 52 in Montgomery. We're already feeling the difference this morning with dew points in the 60s, so we stay humid lasting through at least Thursday and Friday. We'll probably get some drier air in place later this weekend, all behind a cold front. But we're starting out with partly to mostly cloudy skies. I was watching a few sprinkles moving across Sullivan and Ulster County, but that continues to fall apart, maybe a raindrop or two near Thompson. The bigger picture showing a broken line of rainfall stretching from upstate New York as far south as Kentucky and Tennessee. This is all ahead of a cold front and an area of low pressure that will bring us higher rain chances over the next few days. So let's time out our rain chance today. We're mainly dry this morning and late this afternoon, a shower or two primarily for spots north and west of the city. This rain gets closer to the city and coastal spots after sunset. But even then, it's not going to be a washout. So not everyone sees rain today, but it could be heavy in some spots later this evening. Tomorrow morning, we'll have a pocket of rain or two, and we'll keep a chance for just a spotty shower through Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday evening. Now, watch what happens Wednesday night into early Thursday. Rain turns more so widespread as the area of low pressure and a cold front gets closer. That could lead to ponding, maybe even some localized flooding. And Thursday could be the wettest day of the week, featuring higher rain chances. By Friday, this cold front starts to move offshore, so a lingering shower is possible. And it looks like we'll get rid of this cold front a bit quicker on Saturday. So Saturday trending drier, maybe a stray sprinkle far north and west of the city, but most of the day should be dry with temperatures in the 70s. But with multiple rounds of rainfall on the way, rainfall totals through Friday could range between a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch on the lower end, but spots north and west of New York City could get closer to a 1/2 inch to an inch of rainfall. And that is needed because there is a moderate drought for the city and portions of north and central New Jersey, even abnormally dry for the Hudson Valley. And the Atlantic watching Hurricane Gabrielle this morning, now up to a Category 4 hurricane that will continue to move away from the East Coast. But we're also watching 2 other tropical waves in the Atlantic, and both of these could become a tropical depression sometime later this week. We'll keep you updated on any changes. But today, warmer, more humid, 81, increasing clouds, and just an isolated shower this afternoon. We'll see isolated rain or storm in spots tonight, the upper 60s, so still very muggy. And tomorrow, similar temperatures, upper 70s, lower 80s with a spotty shower. More rainfall around on Thursday, 75, the upper 70s Friday, trending drier this weekend, and really nice on Monday with mostly sunny skies and a high of 71 degrees. Lindsay, a busy day for you because of the General Assembly going on.
Yes, and clearly we both were not ready for fall, so we're both wearing our summery yellows today. It's really weird. Thank you, Brittany. But yes, it is a very busy day for me as well because of the UN General Assembly, so you can expect, because of the gridlock alert day, there are going to be road closures between 42nd Street and 48th Street and 1st and 2nd Avenue in and around the UN. There also will be frozen zones and just general delays as cars have to kind of detour around that area. So even though the closures are more contained to around the UN, the detours and the delays will be pushed further out into Midtown. Also, the FDR is subject to some closures. So again, try not to drive if you have the option to do so. Take mass transit. This is what it looks like live right now. Outside the UN, there will be Secret Service around as President Trump.
On satellite and radar, it's partly to mostly cloudy, mainly dry. I was watching a few sprinkles around Sullivan and Ulster County, but things are drying out. Still keeping an eye out for some rainfall just west of us, but most of that will stay out of the tri-state for now. High pressure is trying to keep this rain away from us, but this high pressure will continue to move offshore. And now this approaching front, an area of low pressure is getting closer, bringing us higher rain chances over the next few days. So let's look at our rain timing today. This morning, dry. Late this this afternoon, that's when a few showers can move in, especially north and west of the city. But around sunset throughout the evening, rain gets closer to Long Jersey shore. But notice when it comes to the coverage, not everyone gets a shower or two, but we will have some rain around. So just a good idea just to bring the umbrella just in case. Tomorrow morning, we start out with the spotty shower, and we'll keep a chance for just isolated to scattered rain through Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday evening. Wednesday night into early Thursday, that's when rainfall turns more so widespread, and noted be some areas that are causing some issues for your Thursday, showing an area of low cold on Thursday. That's why Thursday could be into Thursday morning. But on Friday, the front moves offshore and now trending drier for this weekend as high pressure takes over. Maybe two possible far north and west of this, but mainly dry on Saturday and dry as well on Sunday. But wet today, lasting through Friday. Here's a look at projected rainfall totals this week, ranging from 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 inch on the lower end and up to 1/2 inch to 1 inch of rainfall, especially for areas north and west of the city. Maybe even some isolated heavier amounts are possible, and that is good news because there is a moderate drought for the city. Portions of New Jersey also abnormally dry for spots north of the city. In the tropics, Gabrielle now a Category 4 hurricane, but that continues to move away from the East Coast. But we are also watching 2 waves in the Atlantic. These could also turn into a tropical depression sometime later this week. But today, 81, warmer, more humid, increasing clouds. A stray shower mainly north and west of the city this afternoon, this evening. That could get closer to the city. Temperatures staying mild, only dropping down in the upper 60s. Tomorrow, a similar feel, also a shower in some spots, but not a washout. Thursday, that's when we'll see most of the rain around, so that could be the wettest day of the week. The rainfall holding us down to a high of 75. The upper 70s on Friday, not bad this weekend, and plenty of sunshine on Monday. So, Lindsay, we have what's called an AccuWeather alert day, but you have a, was it a gridlock?
Gridlock alert day. It always coincides with the beginning of fall. Yes. This is dreaded by New Yorkers. Thank you, Brittany. But yes, that means there's a lot you're going to want to avoid. I'll get to that in a second. But first, just I want to point out A and E trains right now are delayed in both directions. That's due to a switch problem at 42nd Street Port Authority bus terminal. So keep that in mind. And again, gridlock alert day. The recommendation is to take mass transit to avoid the major traffic jams you're going to see in Midtown, but you can't expect detours on certain bus lines. Specifically, the road closures will be in and around the UN, 42nd Street to 48th Street between 1st and 2nd Avenues. Alternate side parking rules are suspended. The meter rule, though, still in effect. Charlene, Pedro?
Lindsay and Brittany, thank you both. 5:54 right now. A group of dads are taking their
from school because of Rosh Hashanah. You know, not so much a bus stop day, but maybe just, you know, what's the play date looking like today?
That's the key. So a little warmer compared to yesterday. Temperatures in the upper 70s and the lower 80s. And these numbers are above average for this time of the year. Monticello 74, 83 in Belmar, and 77 in Islip. So a closer look at highs around New Jersey and the city. Hoboken 84, Astoria 81, Newark 85, and Patterson up to 84. The humidity making it feel more like summer. Moderate air quality, low pollen levels, and UV index of 6. Also with Hurricane Gabrielle moving away from us, it's still close enough for a high rip current risk. Now, tomorrow, a chance for a shower in spots, temperatures in the upper 70s. Thursday, that's when we'll see most of the rain. It could turn widespread in some spots and heavy in some locations. So very wet for your Thursday morning commute with cooler temperatures near 75 degrees. Lindsay?
Thanks, Brittany. Because of the UN General Assembly today, President Trump is speaking and he is in town. So that means besides the gridlock alert day at the UN, you can also expect closures and delays around Trump Tower, where the president is staying. That's around East 57th Street and 5th Avenue. There will also be a motorcade later this morning to the east side, so that'll lead to additional traffic and closure. So certainly try to avoid that area of Midtown. You can see in this live picture of 5th Avenue here, there are cones already out and a decent amount of traffic for 6 in the morning. So something certainly to keep in mind. Meantime, we are urging people to take mass transit, but right now there are problems on A and E trains in both directions. That's due to a switch problem at 42nd Street. Alternate side parking rules are suspended for Rosh Hashanah. The meter rules, though, are still in effect. Pedro, Charlene.
All right, thank you. It is now 6:10. Still to come here, we're getting our first look at the new Star Wars. Yes, the Black Parade will keep on marching. My Chemical Romance has announced a Black Parade next May, and they're bringing all the alternative rock vibes to Queens. They'll be at Citi Field Sunday, August 9th, performing with special guest Franz Ferdinand. The band just wrapped up their Long Live the Black Parade tour, which ended this month. My friend saw them at said it was the best concert ever. So guess I'm going to Citi Field. It's the only thing that could bring me to Citi Field.
I want to hear more stories about your emo days.
Yes.
Oh, you don't want to see that.
No.
That was angst.
Angsty teen.
A lot of angst.
No, listen, I went to an emo night not that long ago, and I went to the show. I was like, oh, I know 1 or 2 songs. I knew every single song. I was like, I didn't know I had this much.
Pictures from that era. Like, what did you wear? How did you dress?
I don't even some chains.
I'm very curious.
Black, just all black.
Are you?
Yeah.
This all makes sense because you like cloudy, gloomy weather.
That's actually a very good point.
It speaks to my soul.
Together.
Just like my heart is black.
Let's put some sunshine. Can we please? Yeah, let's brighten up this forecast.
Thank you.
Even though clouds will increase later today and there's a small chance for a stray shower, the bigger story, temperatures warming up into the 80s, also higher humidity. So it's going to feel more like summer instead of the first full day of fall. In the city, it's 67, northeast winds near 8 miles per hour. Temperatures in the 50s and the 60s. Morristown, Somerville near 59, 62 in Belmar and Toms River, and 63 in East Hampton. Dew points making all the difference now in the 60s compared to the 40s and the 50s this time yesterday. We stay humid lasting through at least Thursday and Friday. But we are mainly dry for now. Skies are partly to mostly cloudy. I'm still keeping a close eye on the Catskills where the rain continues to dissipate and fall apart. But rain is getting closer and closer. Notice this batch of scattered showers stretching from New York State all the way as far south as Kentucky and Tennessee. This is all ahead of the stalled front that will start to move farther east as a cold front and an area of low pressure. That's our next weather maker, bringing us a chance of rainfall starting today, lasting at least through Friday. Now, when it comes to our rain timing today, we're dry this morning, but later this afternoon, that's when a shower or two could start to move in across the Catskills, the Hudson Valley, and northwest New Jersey, but still dry for the rest of the tri-state. This rain gets closer to the city, so turning wet in the city in spots south and east near the coast around sunset throughout the evening hours. But even when it comes to the coverage, it's not going to be widespread, but just keep in mind there will be rain around this afternoon throughout this evening. Tomorrow morning, a chance for an isolated shower, and we'll keep a chance for a shower in spots through Wednesday afternoon, but it's not going to be a washout. That starts to change Wednesday night. So as an area of low pressure gets closer and a cold front approaches, rainfall turns more so widespread and potentially heavy in some locations. There's a chance for a few downpours that could lead to ponding, potentially slowing you down for your morning commute on Thursday. The bigger picture showing an area of low pressure and a warm front and a cold front getting closer on Thursday. That's why Thursday could feature our highest chance for rainfall across the tri-state. This front starts to move offshore on Friday, but we'll still have a lingering shower possible. This weekend, trending drier as high pressure gets closer on Saturday. Maybe a sprinkle around the Catskills in northwest New Jersey, but mainly dry, temperatures in the 70s and more the same on Sunday. But we're in for an active and wet pattern with most of the rain Wednesday night into Thursday. As a result, we could end up with up to a half an inch to an inch of rain in some of the highest locations with some isolated heavier amounts possible. And we need the rainfall because things are abnormally dry with a moderate drought in the city and parts of north and central New Jersey. And the tropics, Hurricane Gabrielle now a Category 4 hurricane, but that continues to move away from the East Coast, still bringing a high rip current risk. And now we're watching 2 other tropical waves that could become a tropical depression as well. So we'll keep you updated on any changes. Today, 81, warmer, more humid. Clouds increase, a chance for an isolated shower, especially north and west of the city this afternoon, this evening. Rain getting closer to the city and the coast. Temperatures only dropping down to the upper 60s. Tomorrow, a similar feel, highs in the upper 70s, lower 80s with a shower in some spots. But we'll have more rain around on Thursday, even a thunderstorm, 75, the upper 70s on Friday, trending drier on Saturday, mainly dry and mostly sunny on Sunday, 77, and on Monday, plenty of sunshine with a high of 71. So, Lindsay, we have what's called an AccuWeather alert, but you have a gridlock alert.
We have a gridlock alert day, so that means you want to take mass transit if you have the option to do so. Thank you, Brittany. Meantime, though, it's been a pretty quiet morning, except we do have an accident that just popped up in Queens on the Van Wyck southbound right at the That's bad news if you're heading to JFK. And you can see, we'll take a closer look at the video here. It looks like the cars that are involved are about to get towed. So hopefully that happens soon. So that clears up that lane there that does appear to be blocked because of that traffic. Also, we have a down tree on the LIE Service Road East between Shelter Rock Road and Searingtown Road. That's in Lake Success. And it looks like it's causing some traffic in the eastbound direction. But luckily it is on that service road, but it may slow you down a bit. LIRR is adding an extra trains at Farmingdale for the Ryder Cup. That's on the Ronkonkoma branch line. Alternate side parking rules are suspended. The meter rules, though, are still in effect. Charlene, Pedro.
Lindsay, Brittany, thank you. 6:21 right now, still ahead. Some of the world's top golfers are going to continue their practice rounds on Long Island as Ryder Cup week continues.
Looking forward to that. And ahead at 6:30, President Donald Trump linking Tylenol use to autism, but health experts are pushing back.
Kamala Harris says she endorses Zohran Mamdani.
First, here's Brittany Bell in our AccuWeather forecast.
And get ready for more of a summer-like feel on this first full day of fall with high temperatures climbing into the 80s and higher humidity. We're stepping outside to 67 in Central Park. Temperatures in the 50s and the 60s, so already milder compared to this time yesterday. Montgomery, good morning, 54 for you, 62 in Belmar, and 65 in Islip. It's partly to mostly cloudy and mainly dry after we had a few sprinkles around the Catskills. But there is more rainfall on the way, all due to all of this moisture that's getting closer and closer ahead of an area of low pressure and a cold front. So let's talk about rain timing. There's a chance for a shower or two starting this afternoon, primarily for areas north and west of the city in the Hudson Valley, the Catskills, and the Poconos. But showers get closer to the city around sunset, lasting throughout this evening. Temperatures reach the upper 70s, lower 80s with a mixture of sunshine and clouds. We'll see a chance for rainfall again tomorrow with most of the rain around on Thursday. I'll let you know just how much rain will pick up this week in just a few. Lindsay?
Thanks, Brittany. Let's take a quick check in Newark right now where there is an accident on I-280 West at exit 15, the road construction area. But you can see the traffic is pretty bad heading west as well as east. So that could be a slowdown if you are in Newark this morning. Meantime, we have an accident near JFK on the Van Wyck southbound right at the belt. It does look like it just cleared, but because there was that accident there where there already is a lot of construction, you can expect some extra delays heading southbound on the Van Wyck. So certainly keep that in mind if you are heading to the airport. Meantime, of course, it is a gridlock alert day today because of the UN General Assembly, so expect road closures, frozen zones, and delays of between 42nd and 48th Streets and 1st and 2nd Avenues, as well as some closures on the FDR up to the NYPD's discretion. Alternate side parking rules are suspended. The meter...
6:40 right now. You're never more than 7 minutes away from weather and traffic. Let's get right to your AccuWeather forecast with Brittany.
And it's shaping up to be a warmer day with high temperatures in the upper 70s and the lower 80s. These numbers are actually above average for this time of the year. 81 in the city, up to 83 in Moorestown. So for portions of the Hudson Valley and the Catskills, you could be the first ones to see an isolated shower later this afternoon. But check out temperatures. Mount Pleasant 82, Ramapo 81, Rocky Hill 81, and 80 in Middletown. The humidity making it feel even warmer. And with Hurricane Gabrielle moving offshore, it's still close enough to bring a high rip current risk. Moderate air quality, low pollen levels, and UV index of 6. And for the Yankees game this evening, there's a chance for a quick moving shower with temperatures by first pitch near 75, only getting down to 73 around the late innings. Tomorrow, a shower in spots continues. It's not going to be a washout, but just have the umbrella handy just in case. Highs still in the upper 70s and the lower 80s. We do cool down to 75 on Thursday, and that's because we'll see more rain around that could be widespread at times and heavy in some locations. By Friday, rain chances slowly start to taper off. I'll have your full 7-day forecast coming up. Lindsay?
Thank you so much, Brittany. It is a gridlock alert day for the UN General Assembly, so you can expect many road closures as well as delays residually from that in and around the UN. That's between 42nd and 48th Street, between 1st and 2nd Avenues, and really anywhere else in that Midtown area that's up to the NYPD's discretion. That could also include the FDR Drive. Right now, the exit at 42nd Street is also closed. So just avoid that area altogether if you are driving. It's not going to be fun. This is a live look right now outside the UN where you can see the NYPD vehicles that are blocking some of those access roads. So you're not going to be able to go around that area. You'll be driving as slow as 4 miles per hour if you do. Also around Trump Tower, you're going to want to avoid that because he will be taking his motorcade to the UN, and there'll be traffic from that as well. Alternate side parking rules are suspended. The meter rules, though, are still in effect. Charlene, Pedro?
All right, thank you both. It is 6:42 right now, still to come a crackdown for those who just can't hold it in. We are seeing tickets go up for public urination in New York City.
And a neighbor comes to the rescue of a family trapped inside of a burning home in New Jersey.
Americans' data will be stored securely in the United States without access from China. All U.S. user data will be stored on servers operated by Oracle in the United States, protected from surveillance or interference by foreign adversaries.
President Trump is expected to sign an executive order later this week declaring the deal meets America's national security needs. China still needs to sign off on the proposal, and any final deal would still require regulatory approval. A fire rescue caught on a Ring doorbell camera in Toms River. The video shows a neighbor shouting into the house, telling the family inside to get out. And then at some point in this video, you're going to see the couple darting down the front steps and running around in anguish. And the woman is actually holding an infant. So very scary. You see her running out right there, and the flames all around them. Different video shows that right there. The fire department says someone had been smoking and tossed what was left into an area with combustible materials. Let's talk about Good Morning. I know. That was,
Charlene.
in the video is just incredible to see. So scary. But Good Morning America is coming up next. And Robin, you guys have a very, very busy morning. Lots of big interviews.
Oh, yes, we do. But first, we have the reaction this morning from major medical groups after the announcement from the White House tying women using Tylenol during pregnancy to an increased risk of autism. Our chief medical correspondent, Dr. Tara Narula, breaks down the facts and what parents should know. And you're talking about the interviews. How about that exclusive with Coach Prime? Deion Sanders, raw and emotional in his first television interview about his cancer fight. We also have Marco Rubio, and we have Kamala Harris joining us this morning. And how about Dawson's Creek, that reunion overnight, but without Dawson? James Vanderbeek sent a message and a superstar to fill his shoes. And Shark Tank star Kevin O'Leary is here. Tori Johnson has some deals and steals, some of Lara's favorite finds. Brittany, it's all coming up right here on GMA. See you then.
A lot going on this Tuesday. We'll see you all in just a few minutes, Robin. And this morning, already waking up to some changes. Skies are partly to mostly cloudy. Not seeing as much sun compared to this time yesterday, and temperatures are milder in the 50s and the 60s. It's 67 in the city, northeast winds near 8 miles per hour. We had some 40s across the map yesterday, but mainly in the 50s and the 60s, 65 in Islip, 67 in Newark, and 61 in Morristown. And dew points are climbing into the 60s, so it's starting to feel more humid, and we stay humid, lasting through most of the work week. Things slowly start to change this weekend. On satellite and radar, partly to mostly cloudy. There were a few sprinkles earlier in Pike and Sullivan County, but that continues to fall apart. There is extra rain on the way, all due to a scattered line of showers stretching from New York all the way down towards Kentucky and Tennessee. This is ahead of our next weather maker, this area of low pressure and a stalled front that will start to move east as a cold front and high pressure moves away from the tri-state, allowing more rainfall to push in. When it comes to the timing today, maybe a sprinkle or two this morning in the Catskills and the Poconos, but mainly dry through lunchtime. This afternoon, that's when a shower or two starts to push southeast across the Catskills, the Hudson Valley, also northwest New Jersey, but still mainly dry in the city, Long Island, and central New Jersey. But rain gets closer to the city in spots south and east around sunset, lasting throughout this evening. But even this evening, it's still not going to be a washout with widespread rainfall, but have the rain gear handy just in case. This time tomorrow morning, we could wake up to a spotty shower, but we'll keep a chance for an isolated pocket of rainfall through Wednesday afternoon and early Wednesday evening. Wednesday night, watch what happens. Rainfall turns more so widespread, even heavy in some spots. As
to get away. But don't just take our word for it. Come and see it for yourself. New York State, everything you love. Plan your next trip at iloveny.com.
This river wasn't dammed in a day, and GMC trucks weren't built overnight. Like every American achievement, they are a result of dedication. Over 100 years dedicated to the art of engineering and the ambition to always move this country forward. Current eligible GMC lessees can get this low-mileage lease on this Sierra Elevation for around $299 per month. We are professional grade.
Now to the race for New York City Mayor. Zohran Mamdani has picked up his biggest endorsement yet. Former Vice President Kamala Harris says she is backing him. Other top Democrats have yet to endorse their party's nominee in the mayoral election, including Senator Chuck Schumer and Congressmember Hakeem Jeffries.
Well, the UN General Assembly is today. That means there is a gridlock alert, so you can expect closures, frozen zones, and delays because of those closures around the UN. That's around 42nd Street to 48th Street between 1st and 2nd Avenues, as well as some areas on the FDR Drive. It is up to the NYPD's discretion, and motorcades could cause some more problems. So just avoid the area if you're driving today, or choose not to drive at all. Also, because the president is in town.
The big deal there. Oof.
I know you've been watching so much stuff.
A lot of activity.
Yeah, a lot of activity, yeah.
And things are heating back up in the Atlantic after it was quiet around the peak.
Good portion of the
hurricane season.
Yeah.
But now we're starting to see Hurricane Gabrielle. That's a Category 4 hurricane.
Oof.
That continues to move, thankfully, away from the East Coast, and that will weaken over the next few days. But it's still bringing a high rip current risk today, likely staying elevated tomorrow. But we're not out of the clear just yet. Hurricane season continues until the end of November, and we're watching two other spots in the tropics. One that's getting closer to the Leeward Islands, also a tropical wave farther out to sea in the central Atlantic. So the one closer to the eastern seaboard has a 60% chance of development, and the one farther out to sea could likely turn into a tropical depression sometime later this week. Plenty of time to track. Just stay tuned for any additional changes. But this afternoon, a lot of sunshine, a different feel. It feels more like summer, even though today is the first full day of fall. It's already up to 75, and that puts us 9 degrees warmer compared to this time yesterday. Winds out of the west near 7 miles per hour. Just to put things in perspective, the forecast is for a high of 81, and our average level is 74 degrees. Sunset at 6:51. Rainfall running almost an inch below normal for this time of the year. And that basically means this active pattern is needed because there is a moderate drought for the city and portions of New Jersey. Temperatures in the 70s, even the 80s. Toms River 81, 76 in Islip, and down to 70 in Montgomery. You're holding on to more cloud cover. That's why temperatures are cooler for you. But it is humid all across the board with dew points in the 60s compared to the 40s and the 50s. That's why yesterday was so comfortable. We have to wait until late Saturday, until Sunday, for these numbers to once again dip down in the 40s and the 50s. So we stay humid most of this week. It's partly to mostly cloudy. The bulk of the cloud cover is north and west of the city, and that's closer to a few light sprinkles. Light rainfall approaching Vernon, Monroe, Middletown, even getting closer to Bull Run and Kingston and Saugerties. That will continue to move off to the east. So this afternoon, you're closer to a batch of scattered showers. You'll have a chance for an isolated shower across the Catskills and the Poconos. But isolated to scattered rainfall moves farther southeast, closer to the city, right around sunset, lasting throughout this evening. If you have evening plans or commute late, heading back home from work, you could run into a shower or two. It's not going to rain everywhere, but a chance for a few showers around, something to keep in mind. Even early tomorrow morning, we could wake up to an isolated pocket of rainfall. But the rest of Wednesday is mainly dry outside of a sprinkle. That all changes late Wednesday night into early Thursday. So this is our wettest time of the week with the round of potentially widespread rainfall Wednesday night through early Thursday morning. That could make for a messy Thursday morning commute. We'll see a lull in the activity by midday Thursday. We'll have to look out to see if that sticks around through Thursday afternoon. But even today, there's a small chance for an isolated stronger storm, a marginal risk for severe weather, mainly north and west of the I-95 corridor in New Jersey. That's level 1 out of 5. The main threat will be damaging winds as well as a pocket of heavy rainfall. But rain chances ramp up late Wednesday into Thursday. Friday, a shower is still possible. Even Saturday, trending drier, just a sprinkle possible in the Catskills and the Poconos. Once all is said and done through Friday, we could end up with a ½ an inch to an inch of rainfall in some of the heaviest locations. Today, a high of 81, feeling more like summer, steamy with higher humidity and a chance for an isolated afternoon shower. Scattered rain possible closer to the city and the coast around sunset, lasting throughout this evening. Temperatures only get down to the upper 60s, so we remain muggy overnight. Even tomorrow, a similar feel, the upper 70s, lower 80s, mostly cloudy, and a chance for just a stray shower, but it's not going to be a washout on Wednesday. We will see heavier widespread rainfall Wednesday night into Thursday, And later Thursday, rain tapering off. For this weekend, trending drier on Saturday and Sunday. Temperatures flirting with the 80s, but we cool back down to 71 on Monday with plenty of sunshine. So fall is giving us a fake out.
Right? I love it. I know. I'm here. No, I'm not.
It's like, bye-bye.
Yeah.
I know. It's so funny.
Look left, dribble right. Yes, it's a big fake out.
I love that. All right. Up next, a special tour of the Bronx on 2 wheels. Details on this year's Tour de Bronx.
Plus, the Ryder Cup kicks off on Long Island. We hear from some of the American golfers playing in the big tournament.
Tonight, President Trump on the world stage at the UN as more U.S. allies say they will recognize a Palestinian state. Plus, Hurricane Gabrielle. How much will it impact